Carlos King is playing in y'all face and alleging that the Love and Marriage Huntsville ratings went up double digits and provided no receipts, no proof, y'all. Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we are talking Love and Marriage Huntsville ratings, or Carlos King's interpretation of the ratings, because once again, it is smoke and mirrors. It is fake news. It is phony baloney nonsense. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to justify the ratings were up on the show and the ratings were so good. That is why y'all got renewed, and I've got a bridge to sell y'all. I've got a bridge to sell you because I don't believe any of this nonsense. Now, anytime the ratings are low, you know what I'm saying? It is delayed, but not denied, right? That we eventually get ratings, right? And it never used to be that way. It used to be Johnny on the spot, same time, every single week we would get these ratings for this show, right? But then once Mel left the show, y'all started playing games with the ratings, right? But even before Mel left the show, there was an episode that got really bad ratings, really low ratings, that was like a season low. And I believe the demo was low as well. And here goes Carlos King, like a week or two later, with some article talking about the linear ratings are up for the demographic. No. So the ratings themselves that are the live viewer watching, the Nielsen ratings, right? There's also streaming ratings, but those take a while, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, a lot of publications, like you'll see with Netflix, you'll see with Peacock, they'll be like, oh, there were so many minutes that was watched over this, time period, and they will rank that amongst other streaming services. And then you have what's called the demographics, right? Where they're looking at a targeted age between, to see if they hit the target demo and hit the projected numbers, right? That is primarily what is used to kind of determine success, and if, the show can be renewed, if enough advertisers will, have their, hand in some commercials and promotions and all of the things, right? Well, Carlos King, after all of the backlash with Martel's concubine being announced as being a part of the next season of Love and Marriage Huntsville, he decided to tweet the other day the following. Thank you, viewers, for the season's ratings of Love and Marriage Huntsville being up double digits with a face emoji with hearts around it. Read the full article on Deadline here and tune in to the new season of LAMH September 12th, and links the Deadline article. So since he linked it, I'm going to read it. So the Deadline article that Carlos King had linked the other day is as follows. And this was published August 11th, right? Today is August 13th. So it says, Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 12 cast photos, trailer, and premiere date set at OWN. Exclusive. The new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville is coming, and OWN has released a new trailer that gives a preview of what's to come. The Carlos King produced show is set to premiere season 12 on Saturday, September 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern Pacific time, 5 p.m. Pacific, and feature Destiny Payton. Oh, they got her name first. Wow. Destiny Payton, Kimmy Scott, Marie Scott, Martel Holt, Nell Fletcher, Chris Fletcher, Letitia Scott, and Marceau Scott. Viewers will once again step inside the lives of Huntsville's most talked about friend group for an unforgettable season filled with emotional breakthroughs, hard truths, and authentic, deeply personal storytelling. Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 12 will see the group facing major life changes that will test their relationships, families, and careers. Martel Holt is celebrating professional and personal milestones, including his builder license. but a surprise introduction to the group threatens to upend existing dynamics and test his close friendship with Destiny Payton. Meanwhile, as Marceau and Letitia approach their 20-year wedding anniversary, they must navigate the devastating loss of their residential investment property. Chris and Nell Fletcher face new challenges as Nell becomes a full-time caregiver to her aging father, while empty nesters Maurice and Kimmy Scott adjust to unexpected change and grapple with concerns over Maurice's son's future. Well, the trailer basically alleged that he has got kicked out of the university, that he has got kicked out of the college. You know what I'm saying? And Kimmy was like to Maurice, maybe the issue is you. Then it says, Love and Marriage Huntsville. It says Kingdom Reign Entertainment and ITV America produced Love and Marriage Huntsville. Carlos King, Jordana Hodgman, Andrew Hoagland, Marcus Burns, and Nisa Ahmed are executive producers. Sorry if I am butchering your name. And then it has you to scroll through and look at the cast photos, and the theme is Think You Know What Happens, Think Again, with Martell's concubine in the shadow. But the portion of the article that I want to highlight is this. Love and Marriage Huntsville was up double digits in its most recent season versus its prior season across all key demos and ranked as the #1 original cable series on Saturday nights with African American women ages 25 to 54, according to OWN. So I am of confusion. I'm looking at the past couple of seasons as I'm recording this video, and they specifically want to talk about the 25 to 54 demographic, right? Because it's the average of the two, which is actually higher. So previously, even this year, it's 0.04, 0.06, 0.06, 0.06, 0.05, 0.07, 0.04, 0.05, 0.03, 0.04, 0.05, 0.08, 0.07, 0.06, 0.08, 0.03, and then we're going to go into last year. So last year, 0.02, 0.01, 0.05, 0.03, 0.05, 0.04, 0.06, 0.06, 0.05, 0.04, 0.03. So it did go up a little bit, just a little bit. So 2025, that was when it was announced, of course, in January that Melody Cherie would not be returning. So that would have been last season, which they, of course, break up into like 2 seasons for whatever the case may be. But basically, they're trying to use a couple of ticks up of the demographics of the specifically 25 to 54 audience that justified them getting renewed season 12. And I'm here to tell you, I've got a bridge to sell you. It wasn't that much of a significant difference. I'm expecting, you know what I'm saying, like it to be consistently like 0.03 or 0.04, and then the following season it's staying at 0.08 or 0.09 or 0.10 and up, but it still was fluctuating. It just didn't get down to the 0.01 and the 0.02 that it was averaging, but it still wasn't that much of an improvement, you guys. It was not that much of an improvement. I feel this is once again manipulation tactics. This is once again smoke and mirrors. This is once again a deflection and a distraction tactic to make it seem as though it is the ratings as the reason why the show is renewed, and I just don't believe it. I do not believe it for a second. I believe that the show was on the brink of cancellation. The show was on the brink of being up on out of here because previously they didn't even get approved as many episodes. But now all of a sudden you are approved for 30 episodes, and the only thing that you can come up with to justify the 30 episodes is to finally bring on Martell's concubine. to finally bring on Martell's longtime side chick that has been desperate to be on Melody Cherie's show ever since the beginning. Remember, she would always say that people were using her likeness and people were always talking about her and that she's their main storyline. And I just got to say this to the people who are like, well, I don't see why she can't be here. You know, she's a part of the story. And I'm here to ask you on Housewives, did the lady that Dennis, Portia's ex-fiance, cheat on her with, did she get to come on Real Housewives of Atlanta for a storyline, for a platform? Is the rumored whoever was in Tampa with Drew Sidora's ex-husband, Ralph, did she get to come on the show and give her story and spill her tea? You know what I'm saying? Of whatever did or didn't go down in Tampa. On Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, did any woman that is rumored to be entangled with Kyle's husband, Mauricio, get an opportunity to have a platform and come on the show and talk about their entanglement with a married man? Did Shannon Beador on Real Housewives of OC, did her ex-husband's mistress, did she have a platform to come on the show and tell her side of the story? Like, I feel like y'all only want to do this because it's own. This is the behavior I expect on, like, Love and Hip Hop or the Zeus Network. But I shouldn't be surprised that OWN Network is going down this road. And yes, the show is called Love and Marriage Huntsville, right? But ultimately, Martell should have been removed from the show the moment him and Mel got a divorce. But really, it's not about love and marriage anymore. It's not. It's all about what can we do to stay on the air? How low can we go? How trifling can we go? And I'm curious to hear Carlos King defend this on Monday. Because it's going to be all of not accountability. Because Martell was asking for you to bring on his side chick a couple of years ago when he did that Tasha K interview. He was asking you to do it then to quote unquote show his real life. And you didn't do it. So it's giving a couple of things. It's giving to me that either y'all tried again to try to get Melody Cherie to come back and she told y'all no. Or ultimately, y'all just said, we got to do whatever we can, whatever it takes to save the show, to save the, I can't really say save the franchise because I don't even know if or when Love and Marriage DC is coming back because it sounds like they only have one couple that's left. You know what I'm saying? So it's just really, this whole thing is just very bizarre. It's very weird at this point that this is what we're doing. Trying to manipulate the audience into thinking that the ratings are a success for this show and that is why y'all got renewed, when the reality was y'all needed something to sell the network to justify the renewal. And here's the thing, here's the biggest thing too. Y'all, it's really only y'all, Bell Collective, Heart and Hustle Houston, and Ready to Love. And y'all are not always on at the same time. So it is very easy for you to get the number one slot, just like currently Bell Collective is holding the number one slot over Heart and Hustle Houston. It's not that hard to be number one on OWN when they've scrapped all the shows from the network. Because initially, y'all were not beating Ayanna Van Sant Fix My Life. Y'all weren't beating her. But eventually, y'all overtook her in ratings because y'all are getting 400, 500,000 views. And slowly and quickly, the ratings started to decline when y'all started to promote foolishness and nonsense on the show. And y'all drug out the Mel and Tel drama for several seasons. Covered up a whole revenge plot. Like there's just been so many things that have happened that have negatively been associated with this show, and you felt as though let's continue to be even more negative and bring on Martell's side chick. it only makes sense if it was for, her and Mel to be on the show at the same time, but we know Mel would have never allowed it. Mel would have never made that happen. But I could have sworn, like I said in interviews, that Shaw Cass had. The cast said that all six, that the core six had to agree for the concubine to film. And that if all six did not agree, she could not film. So I'm guessing the caveat is this phony baloney Martell and Destiny storyline that y'all are going to prop up to justify her being on the show, as long as she does not talk about the things that she alleged in the Tasha K interview about allegedly the Scots 1.0 and 2.0 being with the linebackers, and that picture that she took when all of y'all were in Atlanta together, and that y'all allegedly rent out Airbnb and you know what I'm saying, mess with various women. Because I would just think that that would just be a missed opportunity, as much as it was talked about on the show when it actually happened. That y'all are okay with her on the show, but y'all gave Mel such an issue when there were certain storylines she wanted to discuss on the show. Make it make sense. So that is it for this video. I need y'all to do me the biggest favor, and that is to hype the video. Hype the video, please. Hype the video like you never hyped a video before in your life. There's that. That is it. That is all. Es todos es final. Es finito. Es the end of the road. Es the end of the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post the content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.